Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to the 16th episode in my FS17 Courseplay tutorial series. In the last episode in this series, we fertilized this grass field in front of us here, and in this episode I'm going to work on making hay bales. So the first step in making hay bales, of course, is we need to mow the grass. So to do this with Courseplay, this is pretty simple. And this is one of the differences between using Courseplay in FS15 and using it in FS17. In 15, when you planted grass on a field, it basically removed the field. And so as far as the game was concerned, the field was gone, right? But in 17, the field actually remains and the grass is just a crop type that's on the field. And so because of that, it actually makes this a lot easier. In 15, we would have had to have recorded a perimeter course around the grass field, but we don't have to do that anymore. So we can just bring up our HUD and open up Courseplay here. And we just have to put it into fieldwork mode, and then we can select our course generation tab. And we want to select the field edge path for field 28. And this is auto-detected at 9.2 meters. We're going to start in the northwest corner, and we're going to head east. And we'll go ahead and generate that course. And then we just have to fire up the tractor. And with mowing, especially with having the front mount mower and then the rear mounts, I tend to go ahead and unfold, turn on and lower, turn on and lower. And then I kind of get it started. And then we just come over here and say nearest waypoint, drive course. And the reason for that is if you tell it to start at the first waypoint, it drives to about here and then turns on the mower, which means that the front mower is about here, so you miss like a little bit. It's kind of silly, but I sort of wish that in Courseplay the starting point was a little further back from the field. But alright, so this mower is going to go ahead and mow the field, and then when it's done, we'll pick back up with the next step, which is going to be to ted the grass. Alright, so now that our mower is about 2/3 of the way done with the field, I'm going to go ahead and hop out, and then I'm going to come down here and grab the tedder, and we can start that. Okay, so to do the tedder, it's pretty similar to the mower. We're going to do fieldwork mode, course generation. We're going to do field 28. And this is a 12 meter implement. Let's double check that in the store. This is 12.5. We'll go with 12, that's fine. I'd rather have a little bit of overlap. Starting in the northwest corner, heading east, generate that course. And then we can turn this on and get lined up a little bit better here. There we go. And we'll say first waypoint, drive course. Alright, so that's working pretty good. Now we just need to let this get probably about halfway through the field, or a little bit over halfway through the field, and then we can start the rake, because the rake is slightly wider than the tedder. At this point I'm going to switch back over to the mower, and we'll follow that while it finishes. Alright, so our mower is finished. So we'll stop driver, clear the course, and we can get this out of the way. Okay, so we'll follow along with the tedder here for a little bit. We need this to get basically halfway done with the field, so we're almost there, and then we can probably start the rake. Alright, that should be good enough that we can get the rake started. I'm going to go ahead and hop over into the rake now. Okay, and for the most part the rake is going to get set up the same way, but we have one consideration on this. So it's going to be fieldwork mode, and we come over here to course generation, and we're going to select our field edge path of field 28. And our default working width 14.8, and we're going to start in the northwest, and we're going to head east. We can generate that course. Now if I preview this course, one thing you'll notice here is that it has a bit of an overlap here, like this is a partial row. And if possible, we kind of want to try and avoid this. And so I can clear this course out, and we'll select field 28 again. And I kind of know from experience that if we dial this down, so I'm going to hold down the left Alt key and then press the minus sign, and I can reduce it by 1/10 of a meter. I'm going to go down to 4.1, and then I'm going to generate that course. And now if you notice, it comes down here and then over and comes down here, and these are all full width lanes on this field. So there's no overlap down here on this course. This will just make it a little bit easier, because then you don't have to worry about like the rake offsetting part of it or the baler missing part of it or something like that. So when at all possible, I find it better to set up your rows like this. And of course with the rake, I mean, when we're done, the windrow that we leave behind is, you know, only a meter wide, right, out of a 14 something meter area. So you don't have to run a rake at its maximum width. It, you know, actually works a little bit better if you dial it down a little bit, because then you won't miss as much at the end of the field. So this is what I tend to do with my courses. And then once we generate this course, the next thing that we have to do that's a little different from before is we actually want to save this course. So we'll hit the save button, and I'm just going to call this Rake 14M for 14 meter rake. And we'll save that, and then I'm going to come over here to our course management, and we're going to move this into the field 28 folder. So there we go, we've got field 28 rake 14M. And the reason why we save that is because we need the baler to run the exact same course. That way the baler will drive exactly over the windrow that's left behind by this rake. So then we can just say first waypoint and drive course. Oh, whoops. One thing I've forgotten here. This tractor I've already used in a previous video. And so this is one thing you got to be careful of with Courseplay. If you are doing offsets, the offset will always stay with the tractor even if you load a new course. So we'll come over here and see there I've got a 7.6 meter left offset. So I'm just going to go ahead and zero this out. There we go. And now again, first waypoint, drive course. That looks a lot better. So Courseplay will unfold the rake for us here. We can close the preview. And away it goes. So there it's leaving that nice windrow behind. So now I'm going to hop back over to the tedder, and we'll just follow along with the tedder until it finishes. Alright, so our tedder's done. Let's stop the driver, clear the course out, Take this thing back, put it away. Looks like the rake's doing a pretty good job. It's about halfway done, so we can probably start the baler now. Okay, so to do the Courseplay course for the baler, it's pretty straightforward. Let's open up Courseplay. Again, we're going to put it in fieldwork mode. And one thing that's a little bit different here, though, is we're going to open up F28, rake 14 meters, which is the course we just created for the rake. We'll go ahead and load that course. And then just want to make sure my lane offset's zeroed out, which looks good. And then we can do first waypoint and drive course. And Courseplay will automatically lower the baler, turn it on, and start baling. And one of the neat things about Courseplay is it will unload the bale automatically. So Courseplay does a really good job of managing this. It doesn't seem to miss much on the field. Brings it to a stop just in time and empties the bale out. Alright, so there you have it. That is how you can use Courseplay to completely automate making hay bales. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you please give it a thumbs up? That helps a lot. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you're new to Courseplay and new to my channel, I'll put a link to my Courseplay tutorial playlist in the video description below. Please check out my other videos. I've got quite a few Courseplay videos out there. And I release new videos every day, and quite a few Courseplay videos are still slated to come out. So be sure to subscribe to get notified of those new videos. I'm Kentucky Farmer. Thanks for watching.